Our journey begins as we delve into the first part of this pivotal chapter. Here we find Korah, a descendant of Levi, in alliance with Dathan, Abiram, and On, from the tribe of Reuben. They are not alone, for with them stand 250 men of Israel, renowned within the congregation, leaders of the assembly, famous in their own rights. Their discontent grows and they rally against Moses and Aaron. They accuse these brothers, these leaders, of elevating themselves above the rest of the children of Israel. They argue, "Isn't it enough that you've led us out of the land flowing with milk and honey, only to let us die in the wilderness? Now you also want to lord over us." A formidable challenge indeed. Yet Moses and Aaron stand firm, undeterred. Moses, humble and wise, doesn't resort to anger or condemnation. Instead, he proposes a test, a divine showdown, if you will. He suggests, "Let's let God decide who he has chosen. Let each man take his censer, put incense in it, and present it before the Lord. The one whom the Lord chooses, he will be the Holy One. You sons of Levi have taken too much upon yourselves." This test is not born out of pride or a need to prove himself. No, Moses understands the weight of leadership, the burden of the mantle. He knows that power is not taken but given by the Almighty himself. This is a test of faith, a test of divine appointment, and a test of humility. In the face of rebellion, Moses, guided by divine wisdom, proposes a test that will ultimately reveal God's chosen leaders. As we turn the page to the next scene, we'll witness the outcome of this divine test and the consequences faced by those who dared to challenge God's chosen leaders. What happens when individuals dare to defy the divine order? Let us delve into the consequences as described in this chapter. The book of Numbers, chapter 16, unfolds a narrative of divine retribution that underscores the seriousness of questioning God's chosen leaders. This is no mere disagreement or political squabble. It's a profound transgression against the divine order, and the punishment meted out is equally profound. The insubordination of Korah and his followers, Dathan and Abiram, is met with a chilling display of divine power. In a moment of divine judgment and in response to their defiance, the earth itself becomes an instrument of punishment. It opens up, swallowing whole Korah, Dathan and Abiram along with their families. A stark reminder of the consequences of challenging God's authority. But the judgment does not end there. There were 250 men who were part of this rebellion, offering incense in a show of defiance against Moses and Aaron. These men too face the wrath of God. A fire, divine and unforgiving, descends from the heavens, consuming all 250 of them. They're eradicated, wiped from the face of the earth, their audacious challenge to the divine order met with an unequivocal response. This is a stark and sobering scene, isn't it? The events of this chapter serve as a potent reminder of the power and authority of God. They underscore the seriousness of rebellion against God's chosen leaders, and they remind us of the severe consequences of such actions. These are not punishments meted out by human hands, they are divine judgments, delivered directly by God, and they speak to the absolute nature of his authority and the seriousness with which he takes challenges to that authority. A chilling account of divine justice, isn't it? The rebellious men met their end in a most dramatic manner, signifying God's wrath against insubordination. How does a community recover from such a calamity, and what lessons are learned from this incident? In the aftermath of the divine judgment, the Israelite community found themselves in a whirlwind of fear and confusion. They had just witnessed the earth-shattering power of God's judgment, a sight that shook them to their core. But instead of turning towards faith, they turned towards blame. They pointed their fingers at Moses and Aaron, the very leaders who had tried to guide them, accusing them of being the cause of Korah and his followers' death. Yet this blame game had dire consequences. It kindled the wrath of God once more, and a plague descended upon the Israelites. It was a swift and severe reminder that the path of blame and anger was not the way towards salvation. But there was a beacon of hope amidst this chaos. Aaron, following the instruction of Moses, stepped forward. With courage in his heart and faith in his soul, he made atonement for the people. He stood between the living and the dead, his incense burner in hand, praying for the end of the plague, and just as the plague had descended swiftly, it stopped. Aaron's act of atonement had reached the heavens, and God's wrath was appeased. This marked a turning point for the Israelite community. It was a harsh lesson learned through fear and loss, but it was a lesson nonetheless. They had learned the power of atonement and the importance of intercession. They had seen firsthand how blame and anger could lead to their downfall, but faith and atonement could bring salvation. In this tumultuous scene of the book of Numbers, we see the strength of leadership, the power of faith, and the importance of atonement. It is a difficult lesson, but it is one that resonates across time and space. Aaron's swift action demonstrates the power of atonement and intercession, providing a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.